What do you think about XRP, Manu? What is your price prediction? This is maybe one of the most asked questions I got asked from my community in my live streams and under my YouTube videos. In today's video, I will give you my honest view on XRP, where I think we will head with XRP and some real facts nobody is telling you out there. So please, if you want to buy XRP or if you are hodling XRP, this is a must-watch video for you. You cannot miss what I will tell you in today's video, because most of the people are affiliated or are paid from some projects, but I will give you nothing but the truth. So where is XRP really heading? Because we see a lot of headlines. XRP can achieve 71x, or XRP can achieve 10k or 100k, but where are we going really? And what is all about the fuss? So where does the 71x prediction come from? It comes from the DBS Bank, because the DBS Bank is valuing Ripple at $11.3 billion for their upcoming IPO in 2026. So we are not really talking about XRP in this price prediction, we are talking about Ripple Labs, the company behind XRP. This is very important that you know the difference, okay? Before we are looking into where we can go with XRP, we have to look where we are standing right now. At the moment, we're on the 4th rank, ranked by market cap. When we go into XRP, we can see the market cap is around $141 billion. There is a max supply of 100 billion tokens, and there is nearly 60 billion tokens circulating at the moment. But where is the rest of the tokens, and how did it all start with Ripple and XRP? So to begin with, I'd say we start with the background. So what is XRP and the XRP ledger all about? Let's see in the history. XRP's big plan is to provide a better alternative to Bitcoin. You all know my opinion. There is no really alternative to Bitcoin. Yes, maybe for payment and payment solutions, but not when you look at store of value and generating value. There is no better coin than Bitcoin. But today's video is all about XRP. It is not about Bitcoin, but they went for the comparison here. So XRP was founded in 2011, and in 2011 they created 100 billion XRP tokens. From the 100 billion tokens, they sent 80 billion to the XRP Ledger Foundation. So there was not a community launch, not a fair launch, how you would do it nowadays. There was just the company XRP that created the token and has full control over the whole supply. So it really has not much to do with the whole goal of decentralization we have in the crypto space. So you can compare XRP more like a centralized CBDC. But where is the tokens now? At the moment, there is still 38 billion tokens locked up in the escrow vault, and only Ripple Labs holds the key to this escrow vault. And only Ripple decides how many tokens are released every month. So there is no clear unstaking schedule or something. We just have Ripple as a company that decides when to unlock tokens. So you're fully dependent on the trust to the company Ripple. So that's their supply control mechanism. It has nothing to do with decentralization. This on its own does not really sound very good. But we have so many big collaborations with the big banks, because XRP will be the banking coin of the future, or not? Yes, there is a lot of banks nowadays using Ripple's tech, or they want to implement it. But Ripple's blockchain technology and the XRP token are two different things. Just because a bank uses the XRP ledger does not mean that the bank uses the XRP coin. These are two different things. Until today, the token is not really used yet. It can change, it will change probably, but it is not really used so far. I have seen a lot of headlines during the last years. As you know, I'm in crypto since nearly 10 years already, and there has been a lot of collaborations, and also some collaborations was cancelled because some of the collaborations did not really have a use case. one thing Ripple is really good at is marketing. Because everybody hears it, everybody sees it when Ripple is making a new collaboration. And I have to give my props, they're really doing a good job in marketing. But also not all the time, because when we look back, a few years ago, they funded a Greenpeace shit campaign to tell everybody that Bitcoin is so harmful to the environment. They spent millions of dollars to tell everybody that Bitcoin is so bad for the environment. And when we look back to their slogan, it all makes sense, yeah? But people are smarter nowadays, I hope, as you are watching my videos. But this is not the only problem. The real problem in the past was the regulatory unclarity, because the SEC filed a lawsuit in 2020. 2.5 years later, we got our first decision that everything XRP or Ripple did on the exchanges was okayish, but what was not okay was the institutional sale. It counts as a security offering. This is uncleared until today. So until today, the SEC alleges Ripple raised $1.3 billion by selling XRP as an unregistered security. And that figure is still on the table until today and still unresolved. And that is not even the worst part. The worst part that I see is that the holders still believed in XRP, in Ripple, all the years. But some of the founders fled the sinking ship like some rats. They dumped billions on the community. One of the founders, Chad McCaleb, sold nearly $3.2 billion in Ripple tokens in 2022 and told the community to hold on, to stay still, to hold their tokens, to believe in the company. But nothing stays a secret in the crypto space. And I love the crypto space for that, because there is some on-chain analysts that recognizes everything that happens on the blockchain. On the blockchain, nothing is a secret. Everything is transparent. And so we can clearly see when a founder like Chris Larsen here is dumping millions again on the community. And you can hate and love this feature at the same time. I love the blockchain space for that everything is transparent and nothing stays a secret. So we can see another Ripple founder dumping his tokens. And then we have Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, that is telling us nearly every day how much the XRP ledger is used and how much interest there is in XRP. But is that really true? When we look at the exchanges, it might be true. But when you look closely, over 70% of that volume on that unregulated exchanges is wash trading. In my opinion, this is bots trading against each other, so that a lot of people think there is high interest in XRP tokens. So it creates the illusion of demand, but there is none. It looks active, it looks bullish, but in reality, it is just smoke. And if you don't believe me, we can look at what is happening right now on the XRP ledger blockchain. DeFi Llama is telling us in real time. We can see there is only a total value locked in the decentralized XRP ledger blockchain of $62 million. How can that be if every big bank is using the XRP ledger? Might it be that nobody really is using the XRP ledger? When we look at the DEX volume, it is only 200k a day. When we compare that, for example, with Ethereum, you can see there is $66 billion in total value locked in the DeFi space in Ethereum. They have a DEX volume of $1.8 billion in 24 hours. So this is the direction where the numbers should be headed for a blockchain this big. Might it be that nobody is really using the XRP blockchain? In 2018, we had XRP's last all-time high. Today, we are trading nearly 40% down from that all-time high. Even if there is daily headlines how good XRP is and how good their new collaborations are. Isn't that strange? 5 years of lawsuit win rallies and not another all-time high? Another interesting fact I see is the number of new addresses. In January 2025, there was nearly 600k active addresses. And today it is only 30k? That's a drop bigger than 90%. Is there no interest in XRP anymore? Or how does it come? Tell me in the comments. Because I can't explain the declining interest. Because when we look at the news, Ripple is going for a banking license in the United States. Ripple will become the first crypto bank of America. One XRP coin will be worth 35k. I mean, come on guys, let's be real. And since there is so much talk about where XRP could go, there is so many different price directions, I'd say let's ask ChatGPT, let's ask somebody who is smarter than most of the people. Let's ask ChatGPT where XRP could really head. What is realistic, what is optimistic, and what could never happen. So we know XRP has a maximum supply of 100 billion coins. Let's look at the math here. At 10,000 bucks per XRP, that's 1 quadrillion in market cap. This is 10 times the entire global wealth and 50 times GDP of the United States of America. So this will never, ever gonna happen. It is simply not possible. It is easy mathematics. Please, if you invest into a project and hear such predictions and might be hooked from that prediction, before you invest, always look at the tokenomics. Let's look at what could really happen. The realistic scenario could definitely happen very soon. We could go somewhere in the direction of $10. In a crazy bull run, this could definitely happen. We could head towards $10. Not tomorrow, but maybe when everything is set what Ripple is telling us, then this could really happen. And if everything really transitions on the XRP ledger, like the influencers are telling us, then yeah, we could go even over $10. But we will never go towards $1,000. It is simply not possible. It is fantasy level. It is economically implausible. I don't want to be the spoiled sport, but it is not possible. I just don't want you to have the false expectations, to lose money probably. Yeah, we can go up and it could happen, definitely. But always have the right expectations when you're investing into a coin. Let me know down in the comments, where do you think XRP could really head in this season and in the future? I would really like to read your opinion in the comments. I hope I was able to give you some good insights into this project. If you liked the video, please smash the follow button so that you stay always up to date, and please leave a like, share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. See you soon.